Hey guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys today about my discourse community project. My discourse community project was actually on those in the scientific community who are all pretty much kinesiologists. And since kinesiology is really so broad and it is so out there, I really focused on more personal trainers and strength and conditioning coaches. Kinesiology, if you didn't know, it is a scientific study of human movements, the way we move, how we move, all the things that fall into that category. I actually went and interviewed a strength and conditioning coach by the name of Mario Franklin, and he's actually been in the field for 13 years now, and he has a pretty good understanding of what it takes to make an athlete great, take them to the next level. One of the things that I found interesting, other than the actual case study that I showed on the Tumblr website that we just saw, there wasn't. I didn't find it, but the thing that shocked me the most was that there weren't as many scientific ways of communicating. When you look at kinesiology and what it really is, you kind of look at it and think that there's going to be tons of data, especially tons of analysis as far as, how this person's body is functioning and how we can make it better. That was one of the things I found interesting as far as their way of communication goes. Amongst each other, like again, kinesiology is so broad, but they all have one thing in common, which is the way that the human body moves and functions. Everything is pretty understandable amongst those who are all in the related field. So there's no confusion when let's say a strength and conditioning coach is talking about one thing and a physical therapist is talking about another thing. They could all relate and they all understand what's going on and what's being talked about. As far as the technology, which was the main way of communication, email, text message, social media, face-to-face interaction, web chatting, phone calls was pretty popular amongst kinesiologists. There were some PowerPoints here and there when I was speaking to Mario, and that's really only used in the community when new information or new studies are being are being implemented on the way that you're doing things, something that could take your skills above and beyond what they already are. Other than that, they all see data the same exact way when conducting research. Overall, everyone who's involved has some kind of understanding on how the community really communicates, even let alone the kinesiologists themselves, but also with their patients. They all share the same data. It all goes back and forth amongst one another. So everybody's really filled in on how they communicate. Some of the essential things that I can say that you need before joining this community is just a good a minor understanding of some body functions or some body movements, workouts, whatever it may be, depending on what kind of kinesiology you're interested in. Physical therapy, strength and conditioning, sports therapy, sports medicine, whatever the case is, these all require some kind of knowledge towards certain body functions. So, obtaining as much information as you can beforehand would be great, and you'd be perfect for it. Some other things that I would like to find out about it is, we did go over the case study. We did go over the paperwork that we did in class. But, I'd really like to see if there's any other ways of conducting data or analysis. I'm pretty sure there are other ways, since kinesiology is, so huge and it is, it's everywhere. So I'm pretty sure, the big dogs up there, they have certain ways of communicating. But, where I'm at right now and the research that I did conduct, it was a good enough interview for me to get enough knowledge as far as how they do communicate. But, if I could go out and find something else, that'd be great. Other than that, English in any of these discourses, it kind of acts like its own language, so it's really important to know it. Scientific community they're going to speak one language, and the education community, they're going to speak another language. So it's really good to get all these things down, especially this is your career, this is something you want to grow into, this is something you want to be great at. So you got to be great at English. Just I need to be just as great at English, as great as I am a kinesiologist. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my project. Have a great summer, guys.